Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.
Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Surbhi Sharma. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Tuesday, the 30th of July. Heavy rains caused flood-like situation in western and central India. Pakistani military plane crashes into resident area, kills at least 17. And UN notes reduction in Afghan civilian deaths in mid-2019. And now for all the details. Several Indian provinces have been battling floods due to heavy monsoon rains. In western Nashik, Godavari River and its tributaries have remained in spate following heavy rainfall in the region. Incessant rains have waterlogged residential areas and have thrown normal life out of gear for millions of people in western and central India.
The Godavari River and its tributaries in India's western Nashik city have remained in spate following heavy rainfall in the region. The water level in the Godavari has crossed the danger mark, submerging buildings as the rains continue to pound the city. The Maharashtra Irrigation Department on Monday released 1,000 cubic foot per second water from Gangapur Dam into the Godavari River due to the heavy rainfall. Low-lying areas have submerged into water and normal life has been disrupted in the city due to waterlogging at some places. Meanwhile, incessant rains led to a flood-like situation in parts of India's central Chhattisgarh province. The rescue team of India's paramilitary force, the Central Reserve Police Force, assisted stranded vehicles in a waterlogged highway. The weather office has predicted heavy rains in Bastar for the next few hours.
तो हम सुबह अपनी रेस्क्यू टीम भेज दी। अभी आप देख रहे हैं कि हमारे जवान दोनों साइड ये ब्रिज है ताकि कोई गाड़ी ब्रिज से ना उतर जाए। दोनों साइड से हमारे जवान खड़े हैं और गाड़ियों को पार करा रहे हैं।
Heavy rain battered Chhattisgarh province, swelling rivers and water bodies. Fear of flood loomed large in several districts. Authorities have instructed all the district officials of the region to monitor the situation and be prepared to deal with any contingency.
In news from Pakistan, at least 17 people, including 5 crew members and 12 civilians, were killed after a military aircraft crashed near Pakistan's Rawalpindi city early on Tuesday. The Pakistani military said the aircraft was on a routine training flight when it crashed, but there was no immediate word on the cause of the crash.
A Pakistani military aircraft on a training flight crashed in a built-up area in the garrison city of Rawalpindi early on Tuesday, killing all 5 crew members and 12 civilians and setting off a blaze that left a pile of smoking rubble. A statement from the Pakistani military said the aircraft was on a routine training flight when it crashed, but there was no immediate word on the cause of the accident or the type of the aircraft involved. Military and civilian rescue workers took at least 12 injured civilians to hospitals in the city and extinguished the fire, leaving the smoking ruins of a house which appeared to have borne the brunt of the crash.
ये एक अनफॉर्चुनेट एक्सीडेंट हुआ है। ये प्लेन यहाँ पे ट्रेनर जो जेट था वो यहाँ पे प्लेन यहाँ पे गिरा है। फौरी तौर पे ऑपरेशन शुरू हो गया। रेस्क्यू का फायर लग गई थी, उसको कंट्रोल कर लिया। 2 घंटे लगे हैं सारा ऑपरेशन करने में। बॉडी से सारी रिकवर कर दी हैं।
The site in a village on the edge of an affluent housing development called Bahia Town was surrounded by military and rescue service vehicles, and security officials pushed back a crowd of bystanders.
Moving on, a massive anti-Pakistan protest was held against construction of hydropower projects in the illegally occupied region of Pakistan-administered Kashmir on Monday. The protesters highlighted a serious environmental threat and a massive water crisis has built up of late in the region due to the Neelam Jhelum hydropower project. Scores of protesters took out to the streets of Muzaffarabad city in Pakistan-administered Kashmir on Monday against the Neelam Jhelum power project, which has posed a serious environmental concern. The protesters chanted slogans against Islamabad, saying that they do not accept the project, which is only serving the interest of Pakistan and not the people who have the first rights over the waters of the Neelam River. The water of the Neelam River has been diverted as parts of the project, which has triggered a massive shortage of potable water in the illegally occupied region. Activists have long demanded that 60% water should be retained in the river and steps should be taken so that there is no further environmental damage. The Neelam Jhelum hydropower plant became functional in August 2018 and has a capacity of producing around 1500 megawatts of electricity. However, Pakistan-administered Kashmir, which requires only around 500 megawatts, is not given adequate supply. Pakistan's materialistic agenda has not stopped here. Now it plans to build Kohala Dam over River Jhelum, which will further deteriorate the life of people living in the illegally occupied region. And news from Afghanistan. The conflict in Afghanistan continues to have a devastating impact on civilians, with the latest UN update released on Tuesday documenting more than 3,800 civilian casualties in the first half of 2019.
The UN mission in Afghanistan in its mid-year report on Tuesday has noted a 27% reduction in civilian casualties in Afghanistan compared to the same period in 2018. The UN report says that it has documented 3,812 civilian casualties in the first half of 2019. The UN has welcomed the reduction in civilian casualties in the 1st January to 30th June 2019 period, but continues to regard the level of harm done to civilians as shocking and unacceptable. The report says that anti-government elements continue to cause the majority of civilian casualties. However, civilian deaths attributed to pro-government forces exceeded those caused by anti-government elements for the second quarter in succession, the report said. UNEMA attributed 83% of the civilian casualties resulting from aerial operations to international military forces, 9% to the Afghan Air Force, and the remaining 8% to the undetermined pro-government forces.
In news from Nepal, members of Nepal's main opposition parties obstructed Parliament's session on Monday, demanding probe in the Sarlai incident. The lawmakers demanded formation of a parliamentary committee to deal with issues relating to deaths of 2 people in Sarlai.
Lawmakers of Rashtriya Janata Party Nepal or RJPN and the Nepali Congress obstructed the parliament on Monday, demanding probe in the Sarlahi incident. Members of both the opposition parties urged for the formation of a parliamentary committee to investigate the reasons behind death of Kumar Paudel and Keval Mahato in Sarlahi district of the country's southern plains. On June 20th, Sarlahi district's in charge of the banned Nepal Communist Party, Kumar Paudel, was killed in an encounter with police, but opposition claims it to be a cold-blooded murder in the form of encounter. Later in the month, Keval Mahato, one of the protesters in the mass demonstration against a child's death in Sarlahi, also died after allegedly a police bullet hit his forehead. However, Interior Minister Ram Bahadur Thapa in his clarification claimed it to be fire over air, which opposition is not ready to accept. As parliamentarians came on to protest, the House adjourned its proceedings till July 31st.
Several women entrepreneurs participated in a unique exhibition held recently in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir. The event aimed to encourage young women entrepreneurs and give them a platform to showcase their products. A group of women entrepreneurs participated in an exhibition organized recently in Srinagar city of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, aimed at encouraging young talents in the valley. During the exhibition, several stalls were put up by the women entrepreneurs showcasing Kashmiri art, copper work, wood carving, designer dresses, food items and other handmade products. The participants expressed that it was a step towards women empowerment in Kashmir Valley and such type of exhibitions should be organized on regular intervals.
तो यही है कि जितने ज़्यादा ये हो रहे एग्जिबिशंस आजकल, तो उससे मतलब वुमेन folk को ज़्यादा इनकरेजमेंट मिल रही है कि दे कम और मतलब अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को रिप्रेजेंट करें। तो फ्यूचर में ऑब्वियसली जैसे फ्यूचर में भी हो ऐसे ही एग्जिबिशंस हो, ताकि मतलब और आगे और ज़्यादा वुमेन आगे आए कि नहीं, वो अपना जो नहीं आ पा रहे वो आगे आए और वो अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को रिप्रेजेंट करें।
ये सारी चीज़ें हमको ही एम्पावर करती है, वुमेन्स को ही एम्पावर करती है। ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत ही ज़रूरी है ताकि हम भी कुछ करें। जब हम बाहर निकलेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली एक्सपोजर मिलेगा, घर बैठे हम क्या करेंगे। तो यहाँ जो है इंसान को बहुत ही जो है इंसान फेमिलियर होता है लोगों से, बहुत ही अच्छा लगता है। या
A paradise for nature lover, Kashmir has a 5,000-year-old rich art and culture which churned out numerous Sufi poets, authors and musicians. This heritage is reflected in Kashmiri clothes which are often designed with floral embroidery. Kashmiri kaftans and feran, the traditional gowns in particular, are very popular. Scores of Hindu devotees in India's eastern Siliguri city carried out a religious procession carrying waters from holy rivers to mark the ongoing monsoon month in the country. Devotees seek the blessings of Hindu god Shiva for peace and prosperity by taking holy baths and offering prayers during the holy month.
Hundreds of mostly saffron-clad Hindu devotees recently took to the roads in India's eastern Siliguri city in a religious procession called Kalash Yatra, celebrating the ongoing monsoon festival in the country. Women were seen carrying small brass or earthen pots called Kalash during the procession while chanting and hailing Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction. Traditionally, volunteers march to any holy river and bring back its waters to worship Shiva during Shravan, the holy monsoon month in the Hindu calendar.
पूरे सिलीगुड़ी से लगभग यहाँ पे 51,000 लोग आने का संकल्प लिया गया था और बहुत सारे लोग यहाँ पे आ चुके हैं। हिंदू सभ्य समाज ने काशी विश्वनाथ धाम जाके गंगा जल लेकर आया है और यहाँ पे यह प्रोग्राम हो रहा है। यह प्रोग्राम चारमुनि के 300 वर्ष प्राचीन मंदिर तक जाएगी।
During Shravan, Shiva devotees, apart from carrying holy waters, also take holy dips and throng temples for worshipping Shiva and Shivaling, his phallus representation. Devotees seek the blessings of Shiva for peace and prosperity of their families. During the monsoon month, devotees also fast till dusk, eating only root vegetables and fruits.
Archaeologists in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province recovered an ancient temple memorial stone from Baramulla district. The memorial stone is estimated to be belonging to 12th century.
Archaeologists in India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province recovered an ancient temple memorial stone on Monday from Pattan town of Baramulla district. According to the preliminary investigations, the memorial stone is estimated to belong to the 12th century. It was brought to Sri Pratap Singh Museum in Srinagar city on Tuesday, where it was put on display for the visitors.
टेम्पल आर्किटेक्चर फीचर्स में टोटली डिफरेंट है जो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है। हमारे पास काफ़ी मेमोरियल स्टूडेंट्स है यहाँ पे म्यूज़ियम में, लेकिन इसके जो टेम्पल आर्किटेक्चर फीचर्स है टोटली डिफरेंट है। और दूसरी बात में इसमें एक खुसूसी ये है कि चारों तरफ से इसको आर्किटेक्चर बनाया है, टेम्पल आर्किटेक्चर बनाया है।
Mustaq Beg said that the stone has unique architectural features with carvings on all four sides, peculiar to the normal Kashmiri architecture of that era.
और आज हमें ये स्टोन भी मिल गया है जो पाटन में 12th सेंचुरी का है। इसको देखकर मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई कि मैं इसको पहली बार देख पाया।
The stone was found coincidentally in the village while digging a trench for construction of a house. The archaeology department said that it would research more in the area for potential recovery from the pages of history.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. Heavy rains caused flood-like situation in western and central India. Pakistani military plane crashes into residential area, kills at least 17. And UN notes reduction in Afghan civilian deaths in mid-2019. Now viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You You can also visit us on facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.
Tag TV brings you daily news bulletin from India. Breaking news and views from India.